What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Frugal BC live stream. We have got a lot of great stuff to talk about today. It's been a very interesting week, both for crypto news, for crypto in general, for Algorand news, and also Algorand price. As you can see behind me, we had a huge pump, and we're going to talk about that pump later, as well as get into the ASA charts as we always do. We got Algorand launching AlgoKit with one-click nodes coming soon. That is on our agenda today, as long as someone created an Algorand dev chat box. That's right. If you're a developer on Algorand, someone made a chatbot for you. So we're pretty excited about that. And probably the top news of the hour, I think, is the South American Airline used the Algorand blockchain to mint 15,000 tickets, all of them that they sold as NFTs on the Algorand blockchain. I think that's really exciting. You might see that, and you might have seen that in the thumbnail, as well as this Algorand governance period is going to be the first one where you can sign up for XGov. So that is coming. We're going to dive into that a little bit, as well as some HBAR news. We got Dell adding its node on the HBAR network now, so you can stake your HBAR to the Dell node if you want, as well as all the other ones. A lot of familiar names on there like LG, IBM, Ubisoft, all of those. And HBAR has announced a pretty innovative little development education program, which something maybe Algorand ought to think about copying as well. And last, unfortunately, the bad news on the Algorand front is that the hackers are still at it. Now they're going after ASAs and NFTs now. So that has not stopped. If you have not rekeyed your wallet yet, you really got to do that. We're going to talk more about that. We'll get into that today. Before we do that, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I'd love it if you did that. As I always say, you don't have to smash it. You can just press it ever so gently. And please do the same with the like button too, because that'll help us show this show. That's an awkward way of wording it, but it will show this program to other people so we can spread the word about Algorand and HBAR and all the other great cryptos that we follow. Very interesting week. Some of you, probably most of you, are not on my NifGen channel, but you really ought to. I've been doing my weekly breakdown and really surprising results this week from my DeFi experiment that I'm doing exclusively on NifGen. I think probably every 2 months I'm going to do kind of a bigger video on YouTube, so you will get to see that one. But I'm trying to support that NifGen platform, which is supposed to help support us and keep our channels running. Let's see, anybody in the chat yet? Don't think so. And throughout the broadcast, anytime you feel like it, just leave a question or just come say hi. We always like when people say hi, so come say hi. I like when people say hi. Come leave a hello in the chat. And like I said, any questions you have throughout the stream doesn't have to be on what I'm talking about. Can be on anything at all. Just let me know. We will answer it. And let's see. Otherwise, we can get to our first news thing. Well, first off, we're just going to go right to the Algorand and other cryptos. We're just going to look at the charts here. And by the way, if you like, you can check out my merchandise as well. It's another way to support the channel, and you can look cool while doing it. Pretty cool, anyway, I think. Let's see what we got here now. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been kind of sideways this week. Not a lot of action. Kind of up and down earlier in the week. Same with Ethereum and all the alts. XRP has been pumping pretty well. It's one of the top ones right now, just probably because of the lawsuit. People are expecting really good things from that lawsuit. I really don't think the SEC is much of a case. And I don't know if I did a video on the Coinbase situation. I think it's kind of crazy. Cardano looking good. Dogecoin looking good. Not so much for our Polygon. I got a little Polygon. Solana kind of flat. Have to see if anything really stands out here. Yeah, Stellar Lumens has been on quite a tear lately. Coin not too bad. Interesting, a lot of the ones that are doing well are supposed to be the ISO 20022 coins, except for HBAR. And HBAR, don't even get me started on ISO 20022. That's something I want I want to ask John Woods about, which I have some news coming up. I'll tell you after we get through the charts. Get some news on the John Woods front. We'll just say that. Aptos, that had a crazy week, huh? No, it didn't. HBAR did though. HBAR in the 30th place. That's pretty good. I mean, we're gonna see like HBAR in the top 20s, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, I don't know much about Little DAO, but I know that it's been pumping pretty well. It's had really good price action compared to the other coins. That's one thing that we have to keep in mind. Like, price action doesn't always correlate with a project's worth or value. Um, so you have to kind of like weigh those factors independently, and you have to pay attention to them. You can't wish the stuff into. But Algorand up to 38th now, so it's been flirting with that 40-41 number, and now it's back down, mostly because Arbitrum has fallen out of the top 40. That had really worked its way up, but it lost a lot of value recently. That was like an airdrop token. You probably got tagged in a bunch of Arbitrum posts, as I did, which is annoying. But yeah, Algorand up 2% on the week. Not bad. We had a giant candle, and it's kind of hard to. I guess you can kind of see it on this chart, sort of on the side here. But over here, over here on the behind me, you can see there's this giant candle. From what was that, the 28th, 29th, somewhere around there. So very interesting. Algorand back down to 30th. It's been battling with Quant. Now it's kind of in a three-way battle with. This is in terms of market cap. It's just a little shy of Quant. Both of them are actually a little off the pace in terms of with Near and stuff. Near and VeChain battling it out. VeChain's been pumping up a lot as far as market cap. Very interesting. Let's just go to Vestige and let's look at the. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm trying to drink my water off mic as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is great. Well, we can just look at Algo really quick here. Just give that a second to load up there. There we go. Yeah, you can see this huge pump. That is the 29th, indeed. From the end of 28th to the opening of 28th, and it went way, way up, almost to 23.5 cents before. Now it's fallen back down to about 21.3. Very interesting charts. But let's go back. Yeah, DeFi token's still crushing it, which is part of one of the reasons why my DeFi experiment has been so crazy. But funny, DeFi up, everything else down, and I think DeFi is going to keep flying. Sorry, couldn't help that one. I think DeFi token is going to keep flying because it's just with all the stuff going on with my algo, people are soaring away from my algo into other wallets, either Pair or DeFi. And DeFi's got it's got pretty cool features. I reviewed it a long time ago, and I checked it out. I didn't really like make use of it, and now I can see the value of having a wallet that also has like the prices and stuff, and I believe you can do some swaps on it. So, and it's like the only one that's in the green for the week, except for Votecoin. I suppose I got election coming up in most parts of the country, I think. Small ball stuff. I think that's more fun. Yeah, Bank down, Opulus down on the week, Chips down on the week, Vestige down on the week. Pretty much everything except Votecoin. Yeah. So Planet is back in the top 10 here. Yeah, here's the thing about Planet. I actually looked into a couple times. I've looked into getting a Planet Watch sensor, and you go to the website and it goes, yeah, this one. Here's the ones that we approve of, and then it's really hard to find them. There's one sensor I found that's on Amazon. Otherwise, you kind of have to get them on eBay. It looks like, I don't know. It's just I would think that if you had something like this, you would have links, or at least hey, here's the exact model number you can copy and paste. I don't know. I just wasn't really impressed with the onboarding here. If you're going to onboard, this is something I talk about a lot. These crypto companies have to try to do their best to make this as if it's, anyone can do it. Now, this is really interesting. This Loudify appears to have just started this week, and it's already and it's already made its way into the top 10, which is really strange. So it is green on the week, but I mean, I don't know anything about it. There's new ASAs all the time. I'm not super impressed by all of them. All right, who's in the? Oh, that's people in the. Richard Harris says, "Oh, I forgot. I can't do it here." First, IBC can't believe everyone hasn't rekeyed yet. Yeah, me too. It's very strange. Well, I don't know. I mean, I have no way of knowing, but clearly someone hasn't, right? Because we still got wallets being hacked, so someone didn't. I think sometimes people rekeyed their main account, but they might have other stuff on. They might have like secondary or third or fourth wallets where they just, it's just they did it for like one project, so there's like a handful of stuff on there. So it's entirely possible that it doesn't have everything. Let's see what I watched from previous video viewers. Cool. I've got others. Yep, we're already freezing up, so I can't use that anymore. I'm just gonna do it right on my phone. Let's see who else is. Hi, me man says, I was wondering if you can help me. My algo and my HBAR on my Ledger Nano X. Is there a way to stake them? I don't have a Ledger myself, so I can't. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, I already screwed up my live stream. Hope you guys are still here. It looks like you are. Okay. Um, okay, so to come back, what I was saying, yeah, I actually don't. It should work similarly to anything else because it should be rekeyed to a ledger. So you should be able to do anything with your wallet address that you would on other stuff. But I don't know that for 100% certain. I'm only saying that because I got to keep this open. Only saying that because that's what I believe to be the case. So anyway, keep the questions coming. I will check in, and I'm going to start going to the news. Let's see what we got here. Yes, AlgoKit launched this week. Oh. Just give me a second here. Yeah, so the AlgoKit launched this week. This is a big deal because it's supposed to make the development experience that much easier. It's supposed to be a toolkit that developers can launch. Apparently, you download it and get set up in about 10 minutes and you're ready to go. And that is something that we've been talking about a lot on here. This is one of John Wood's projects, and he's very passionate about that. And before I get to that, I was going to tell you about my John Woods news. So he went on BitBoy Crypto this week, and BitBoy pulled out. He was on the live stream that BitBoy does every, like I think it's at 11 a.m. or something like that. Well, it depends where you are, but it's like around the lunchtime area, somewhere around there, that he does his live stream. And he had John Woods on. John talked for about 14 minutes or so. And then BitBoy took that and clipped it out and made it into a separate video. I did a reaction on that video. And based on that, John reached out to me and said he wanted to come on the channel. So we're setting that up hopefully for Friday. So keep an eye out for that. And I tell you, I got all kinds of questions I want to ask him, including about ISO 20022, because everything I've looked into, every blockchain person that I've either spoken to or saw talk or read about them talking about this says that ISO 20022 doesn't have anything to do with crypto. It has nothing to do. The cross-border payments issue is completely separate. So it's not like these. It's not that these tokens might not be very useful for cross-border payments. And Algorand, being as cheap and as fast as it is, I think probably will be very useful for blockchain or cross-border payments. But the ISO 20022 standard talks to the syntax. It's a standardized syntax, which can include transactions, but like Stacey Warden said in her interview with JT, there's simply no way for a cryptocurrency to be compliant with a banking message syntax. Like the two things don't have anything to do with each other. It's like saying an orange is compatible with the rules of Major League Baseball. Like it doesn't mean anything. So anyway, I'm going on a tangent there, but let's see what he has to say. And thanks for sticking around. We had a little technical glitch there. AlgoKit is here. The wait is over. All the tools you need to build, test, and deploy on Algorand are now available in a single, simple package. Set up your dev environment in only 10 minutes, just like I was saying, and get coding on the only blockchain with unrivaled point of sale transaction speed. Now, this is important. Look what they're highlighting for people. Point of sale transaction speed. In other words, you can do this so fast. Interesting leading uptime, as in it's never been down. It's kind of a key factor. Unlike Solana, down 9 times next year, not pointing any fingers. Concierge style development support every step of your journey. And they're talking about simpler onboarding to Web3. That's the whole point. They got Mac OS and Windows version. I like that. I like the color scheme too, by the way. Yeah, check out the Algorand Developers video series to learn how to write your first smart contract and much more. Connect with expert Algorand developers on Discord for free, customized support like that. Yeah, solve real world problems at scale. It's interesting what they're putting out. Lofty AI, which I talk about a lot on this channel. Climate trade, have not heard of that. Apparently, it has to do with carbon offsets. Art and NFTs, of course. Pieces acquired by LACMA, sold by Christie's, exhibited at. So, did Christie's use Algorand to mint the blockchain, or were they just talking about NFTs in general? That's interesting, because that would be a big deal. I didn't. If an auction house like Christie's was using Algorand for its NFTs, that would be a big deal. Can't remember where the Beeple was that Christie's that Beeple launched through? I can't remember. Anyway, Banca d'Italia, bank and insurance guarantees, they are using Algorand. So there's a lot of good stuff going on Algorand. A little faster on the only L1 blockchain, zero downtime, quantum secure, the only protocol that's future-proofed safe against quantum attacks now and in the future. That's a big deal. Like I said, good concept, instant finality, 3.7. Others talk about it might go down to even 3.2 seconds, but very cool stuff, right? I like that. I like to see that. It's good stuff. One of the best things I think Algorand has done, and good for John Woods. Can't wait to have him on the program, but I got a lot of tough questions to ask him. I think he gets it, because he said one of the things he said on BitBoy's channel was he said, we do all the geeky stuff really well, all the nerdy stuff. Like we got that locked down. We're the best in class, but we got to get the word out more. We got to you got to get that meme generation going, which is it's big in crypto. Crypto is all about vibes, really. But it's very much about vibes, and you got to get the vibes right. I know it sounds a little weird to say, but it's true. Let's see what else. Let me set this one up. So as I mentioned, someone created an Algorand dev chatbot. That's right, you got GPT. Wow, I really struggled on that one. You got Chat GTP for Algorand, basically. And this is pretty neat. We're just going to take a little quick look at this, because I think this is really neat. Let's look at this one. Comes courtesy Michael Jordan, who is like an OG Algorand guy. I met him at Cypher. He's a very nice fellow, and just one of the biggest cheerleaders of Algorand around. Just found out there's an AI chatbot to help with Algorand related developer questions. It's built by Awesome Algorand. So look at this thing. You can just type in your question. How do I run an Algorand? node, which is something I left off. So here's the steps. But here's what's cool about that: the Algorand node, actually, one-click nodes are also coming in. Are see, look how hard it is now. There's all that stuff you got to do. I think probably in the console. Now they're making it so you'll be able to deploy a node with one click, one button. So simple, I can maybe even do it. Probably, I assume. That's just repeating is asking about that again. So that's a big deal because if you can get nodes, if you can just get a node going with one click, the point is you want to make this stuff as easy, as seamless as possible. And what I've been talking about adoption, technology adoption has to be like the iPhone compared to computers in the 80s. Here's the thing about computers, like we take them for granted now. We have a computer in our pocket all the time. There was a time when only the nerdiest of the nerdiest people really had much to do with computers. When I grew up in the 80s, not everyone had a computer, and if you did, it was like one of those things that kind of sat in the corner and like you maybe turned it on once a week or something, maybe. But a lot of people just simply didn't have them, and it certainly wasn't. You could still work and not, you probably use like a cash register or something, but a lot of jobs like didn't even really necessarily use a computer right away. And then I think the business environment kind of adopted it first, and then more the personal realm, and then it kind of became the family computer, and then eventually it got to the point where everyone's got one in their pockets, and it became the iPhone. Crypto in general has to become the iPhone, where it's almost like you don't even realize you're using it. Well, but okay, enough of that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is the biggest one here. Let me cue this one up for you. This is a big deal in my opinion. Very big deal. Let me just set that up. A South American airline used Algorand, the Algorand blockchain, to mint all of its tickets, all of its airline tickets that people are buying, minted them as an NFT. That's what they did. I think this is super exciting. Let's take a look at this news. So the Algorand Foundation, we're going right to the source. Prepare for takeoff. We're thrilled to see Flybond official tokenize their inventory with TravelX to create the world's first secondary market for airline tickets. That's cool. Algorand is built for large-scale applications and real-world solutions. Oh, no. Hey, when I try to click on just so I can go down and I end up clicking on something. I've never heard of Flybondi, but it is a South American airline. Let's read this now. TravelX's NF tickets on the Algorand blockchain, pioneering a new era in travel industry. A leading Argentinian airline, low-cost airline, Flybondi, has begun distributing its tickets as NF tickets. So see how they did the NFT thing? NF tickets using TravelX's innovative technology built on Algorand, the world's most secure, reliable, and sustainable blockchain. Yeah, I wonder who wrote that. This move positions the airline as the first to fully utilize NF ticket technology, with over 60 airlines worldwide in conversations with TravelX to explore its adoption for the first time in this industry. It creates a secondary market for the airline's ticket inventory. So how cool is that? You can just buy them on the secondary market. So you buy a ticket, you don't want to fly, can't fly, whatever, go sell it to someone else. So Mauricio Sana, the CEO of Flybondi, said, Flybondi's Ticket 3.0, powered by TravelX's NF ticket technology, demonstrates our commitment to innovation and providing our customers with the best possible experience. We're excited to be at the forefront of this change in the travel industry. Okay, I think that is really, really neat. Let's see. Stacey Warden had some things to say. She said, we are thrilled to see our technology being utilized in such a unique way by TravelX. This likely represents the largest use case of utility NFTs we've seen, and something that could only happen with the reliability and scalability of the Algorand blockchain. I don't know about only, but definitely Algorand is in a very good place to make that happen. I can think of some other ones. I think HBAR probably could have handled something like that as well, but yeah, Algorand is definitely in the running, and since it's never been down, that's gonna make it really attractive to stuff. I think you're gonna see more stuff like this. This is a big deal. It's a very good thing to see Algorand being used. Now, I'm curious what the implementation is going to be like. What's it going to look like for users? How are they going to get those NFTs? I mean, do they have to get an Algorand wallet? Is it going to be an app that automatically makes a wallet? I'm really curious about how that's going to work. But Algorand's powering it. That's good. That's good for all of us. The more useful Algorand is, the better. Okay, guys. Well, we're coming to we're going to talk about Algorand governance. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think, as far as participation, I don't have a problem with them doing it the way they want to do it. I just don't. I don't find it personally very valuable to lock up that much money for that much amount of time to get what you previously could have gotten in staking, basically. Um, I think there's just better ways to make use of your Algorand, but hey, Xgov is here now, so we're going to talk about Xgov. Let's look at that. Let me cue that up. While we're doing that, no questions, huh? Just remember, guys, you can leave questions and comments anytime. I will take a break to respond to them when I'm done with whatever news item it is. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. As I mentioned, don't have to smash the subscribe button. You can just press it gently. All right, we are here for period 7. I got some algo I could commit. And got a pretty long window to join. So 55 million algo rewards. I believe some of that goes to DeFi as well. No voting yet. And you can become a governor until April 21st. And I think that's a little bit longer than usual, but I don't remember exactly. And that goes till June 30th. Rewards always come out about 7 days afterwards. So expect your rewards from period 6 to come about 7 days later, probably around April 7th. But we have XGov. XGov is the next step in Algorand governance. To join the XGov program, commit your governance rewards. Once the rewards are distributed at the start of next governance period, you'll be able to vote on XGov proposals. All you need to do now is opt in now and perform your governor duties, maintain your eligibility throughout this governance period. Then your next governance rewards will be sent to the XGov address and your XGov journey will begin. Each XGov epoch lasts 12 months. XGovs must fulfill their duties throughout the entire year to remain eligible. For more information, visit the XGov page on our website. Yep. So XGov is here. Not you can read a little more about it, but basically you're gonna have to lock up your algo for a full year. So you have to decide whether you want to do that. If you got Algorand that you're not going to do anything with DeFi with, and I don't know if DeFi is eligible, but I definitely wouldn't want to lock up DeFi for a year because there's no platform is going to have staking for a year on anything. That's just not how it works. So whether I'm not sure if they're offering that or not, we'll do a much deeper dive this week on XGov because I think that is a big change in the Algorand space. But you're going to have to decide, if you want to participate in XGov, you're going to have to hold your algo for at least, for a full year. Now, if you have some that you're just holding on to, it's just a bag, not planning on doing anything with it, don't want to do any DeFi, any of that stuff, maybe that's not a bad option for you. Just leave it in there. Don't think about it. Do whatever votes come up, and that's that. Now, a lot of people make a second wallet for governance, and make sure you rekey that one as well, or just don't make it on my algo if you haven't made it already. Remember, I was talking about people who make second or third wallets and so on and so forth. Governance is one of the reasons they do that. Sometimes they do it just to track projects, or some projects have separate wallets for different pools of money. And that's why I think some of them might still not be rekeyed. There's probably some people that just didn't do it too. But if you're going to start a new one, definitely do it on Para or DeFi. Don't start a new wallet on my algo. I don't think you even can, actually. They've kind of shut that down. So pretty big deal. Okay, we got a few more news items. I don't see anything in the chat. But remember, you can leave a chat at any time. I will cue this one up next. So you may remember a news item I made a while back about Dell being added to the HBAR governing council, and as you know, governing council members, they've all been like real life businesses. So you got LG, you got IBM, you got Ubisoft. Gosh, I'm just drawing a blank on some of them right now. Google, can't forget about Google. Google's in there. A lot of these big tech companies, they see something in HBAR that they like, and Dell was recently announced as the next one of the next council members. And Dell, you may or may not be aware of this. It's not just a computer company. We all remember that. We probably remember those commercials. Due to get into Dell, but now they actually do a lot of the infrastructure that's kind of behind the scenes on the internet. So them becoming an HBAR council member, I think is a pretty big deal. Well, they've just added a node. I don't think we actually need to look at that. I just think that's a cool item. So their node is now available. So they all run the nodes. So if you go to like Hashpack and you stake your HBAR, which is a pretty easy way to earn like 6.5% or something like that, it's around there. I think it's 6.5. Class I checked. I have a video on my site too, by the way, if you want to watch how to do that, how to stake with Hashpack wallet. So I got some HBAR over there, but pretty cool that they're doing that. So when you stake it, you will get like, you'll stake to the LG node or the Google node or in this case, the Dell node. The Dell's node is out there. So always nice to see that added. Now there's some talk about some new council members coming. So we're going to keep an eye on that for you. I think that'll be pretty neat. And yeah, I'm just going to skip. We don't need to show that one. There really isn't much more to that one, I don't think. All right. Speaking of HBAR just announced an innovative new dev education program. So we're going to take a little deeper dive into this one. I think this is really cool. Hopefully something that I think Algorand should copy as well. Let's take a look at this. This from the HBAR Foundation. They say, we are excited to announce the launch of Hedera education program beyond blockchain Hashgraph to bridge Web2 developers into Web3 with Tribex, the global blockchain ecosystem builder that connects startups and tech talents with leading opportunities. The collaboration, running from April to November, will consist of 3 programs. One is a learn and earn. Devs work on 9 guided quests, equipping them with skills they need to develop on Hedera and develop a car borrowing dApp. Interesting. Prize pool of USD $27,800. So you can actually earn a little money learning how to use Hedera. Now, I'm not sure who this is open to. I don't know if anyone can do this, or you really have to, be like some kind of official developer or something. Then there's a hackathon. Devs apply their knowledge to solve real-world problems through building solutions on Hedera and creating a POC. Themes include DeFi, sustainability, asset tokenization. And then there's an incubator. Devs will be offered the resources, support, and will allow them to polish their more viable product and move towards scaling. And you can sign up right through there. Learn a little more on the blog there. I think that's pretty neat. Now, I know Algorand has had hackathons and stuff, and I know they've got a pretty good accelerator program, NifGen, like I mentioned earlier in the program, which is sort of like a Patreon for Algorand YouTubers. They've gone through the accelerator program, have very good things to say about it. So Algorand has put a lot of resources into developing, getting developers to build projects on Algorand. And I'll say when I was at Decipher, that's something that I really took away from going there, is just how many developers are building just on Algorand. And then you expand out to all the cryptocurrencies, you realize how big this stuff really is, how many people and how many companies are being formed on the blockchain. That's why I guess the attacks on crypto are really troubling, because there's all this innovation, there's all this business happening, and it's going to happen in other countries if we just keep fighting crypto. Now, I think there should be regulations, um, light regulations, but I think there should be regulations. I would never say that I don't think there should be regulations, but they need to be clear, they need to be legible, and they need to be fair. It's the same thing I said about Twitter. It's not that people don't want rules, it's that they don't want unfair rules and they want to understand what the rules are. And a lot of these platforms don't make that very clear. They're contradictory. It's hard to know, am I on the right side of this? Am I not? It's very frustrating. So, and this is what we're encountering with crypto. The SEC just refuses to clarify what counts as a security and what doesn't. That's what the XRP lawsuit is going to be about. So I look forward to seeing how that comes out. And I really look forward to seeing what happens with the Coinbase lawsuit too. I think there possibly are some coins that maybe they shouldn't have listed, but then SEC just tell them so they can take action. They're not telling them what coins they think violated the rules in this Wells notice. It's really frustrating. Okay, and one more thing I want to highlight. I talked about this a little bit earlier, so just give me a second here. Let's pull this one up. Yeah, so I really got on my horse and made a ton of videos for you guys when the my algo attacks happened. It was pretty scary times. It's still a blow. I still consider it a blow to Algorand, to everyone. It's everyone on the blockchain space is really concerned about it now. It didn't have the same impact that I actually thought it would. I thought it would have a pretty strong impact on Algorand as a whole, and it didn't. So I was wrong about that. Um, I think it doesn't help, but I don't think it hurt as much as I expected it to. But I know it did bother. It did affect a lot of people. That's something like 1,500 wallets I heard at one point. Now, my algo released a very preliminary talk about what happened with it. They said that it was, a man in the middle attack from the website of it. The blockchain was not hacked, just to be clear. It's pretty safe and secure, but you always have a layer on top of it of the blockchain, whereas all these platforms operate, and those might not be secure. So anyway, the hackers are still at it. They are going after ASAs and NFTs now. Previously, the first round of attacks were all like really big whales, and it was all Algorand. The second wave, which came a couple weeks later after some silence, were smaller amounts of Algorand, but it was still just Algorand. It wasn't other coins. It wasn't NFTs. And now they're going after the NFTs. Let's see what John has to say here. Oops. So this is from John Mazzoni. John is the founder of NF Domains, also of TXN Lab. I didn't know about that one at all. According to John, he's been following this pretty closely. Very smart guy. I had him on the channel. If you guys want to see that interview, I met him at Decipher. Very cool guy. The attacker is back and they're draining ASAs. Looks to be removing LP and sending both ASAs and Algo. This is devastating. Yeah, it is. Yeah, apparently, some very tiny amounts, according to Tom Directory. This is interesting stuff. It says the attacker used this account to fund the current one they're draining to. So these guys are tracking the wallets. They're looking at it. And Skippy, echoes a point that I said on my channel. Said I can't believe people still haven't rekeyed. Algorand has the most flexible tech and best wallet para on any blockchain. Sorry, at this point I'm over it. Well, I mean, it is strange that anyone would have not rekeyed at this point. I thought, when the first one happened, I thought, okay, well, it seemed to be just going after these whales, and then it just disappeared. So I don't know. Maybe it's all done now. And then this next wave, I really started seeing people get hit. Yeah, someone had asked about para. I saw one person claim that their para was hacked, but you just never know. We're seeing people can say anything on Twitter. So, but by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but the Cosmic Champs liquidity had been pulled after a cosmic gold whale, had been attacked. What does this say? I want to see this here. Someone has something on ASA stats here that I want to, if it loads up. So someone who had a whole bunch of cosmic gold had their wallet hacked, and it dropped the price of cosmic gold in half in like no time, and then it just kept dropping. It went to like nothing, which is funny because Cometa, yeah, that's not loading up, so we'll just forget that. That was interesting because Cometa still has a cosmic gold staking live on its platform, but you're not earning anything because they took a snapshot before they pulled their liquidity, and the new version of the coin, you're just going to get sent the new cosmic gold version 2. So anything you're earning past that, like, it's not going to count. And you can't go buy the dip. You can't go buy like, oh, cosmic gold is now a thousandth of its price. I can go load up on these and then get a bunch of the new version 2. Nope, because it's not going to be like, here's a website and you can exchange it. It's literally, they took a snapshot on that day and that's what you get. So if you got more cosmic gold after that, you're not getting anything for that. It's useless. So very interesting stuff. Wow, we ended up with 14 in the chat now, but no comments. Am I right? We're not getting any comments. Nope. All right, guys. Well, that is all I got. Like I said, very most likely we talked about Friday having John Woods on the channel, so you'll probably see that live stream. You'll be able to see John. Well, we'll have a conversation with John Woods. We'll probably do that as a live stream, although they're always available after the fact as well. And you guys can ask some questions. So if you want to ask questions of John Woods while I'm on, I'll ask some of them. I got questions for him, and I really want to dive into the ISO 20022 thing with him because I've been waiting to have someone technical that I can talk to about this. I can explain how that relates and kind of pull this whole thing apart because I kind of set off a firestorm when I did the ISO 20022 video, and I still hear people talking about it. It launched. It's live now. But there's some delays you have till like I think 2025, sometime in 2025 to actually get for banks to be fully compatible with the new standard. But it doesn't have anything to do with cryptocurrency, which is really interesting. And then people are saying, well, why is XRP and Stellar Lumens on the board? Well, because they're concerned, especially at least in the case of XRP, they're concerned with banking. And if you're trying to get into the banking industry, that's a good board to be on. You're going to be around a lot of people that are really important. So they still might want to have input on that. Anyway, I don't want to like belabor that too much. I think we're about wrapping up, but thanks guys for watching. I hope you got something out of this show. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button so we can grow the channel. Like I said, you can just press it gently. You don't have to smash it. I'm not about smashing stuff. You can also hit the like button. I appreciate that as well. And I have links in the description for Lofty AI. You can get a great deal. You can get some money off on some real estate. I've been liking the platform. You can watch my review. There's good, there's bad. But overall, I like the platform. Get a ledger. It's the safest way to keep your crypto if you want to be super duper duper safe. Also, make sure you rekey. I got a short on that you can find on how to rekey your wallet if you got anything on my algo. Merchandise. We got merchandise down in the store. Should be below on the channel, below the video, and a bunch of other links for cool stuff. So check that out. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Get your stuff off exchanges and rekey those wallets. And as always, I will see you in the future.